So this work that you get is VdP, right? This is the work. Now, why is it negative? Because it's a compressor, you have to, there is work input, right? So work output is positive, so work input is negative. That's why we wrote minus WdV, and so VdP is positive here. So, and so we have understood that for flow process where a fluid particle is going from 1 to 2, so this is reversible, that can be calculated if you do the integration VdP. While if it is not a flow process, there is no flow, but in a piston, if you have a fluid inside a piston, gas, and if you compress it or expand it, then the work transfer is PdV. So there is a difference. When there is flow work, here you are not having a piston. The fluid which is flowing from 1 to 2 undergoes a change in pressure. In that case, the flow work is VdP. So this is the work per unit mass, right? This is the work per unit mass in joules per kg, joules per kg. Now, so let us look at it. What would happen if it is not a reversible process? So definitely if it's not a reversible process, you will have entropy generation. So let us look at it. What happens? So if you, so dq actual minus dw actual, right? dq minus dw is equal to du, right? dq minus dw is du, right? And in this case, it'll be, if you look at this, right? In this case, it'll be, so this is dq and this is dw. dq minus dw is dh, dke, dp between 1 and 2. So here we are talking about a flow process, flow. This is not a piston where you are having heat transfer. So it is a fluid which is flowing from inlet to outlet, and it has a change in enthalpy. Because it is flowing, that is why it is dH. If it was within a piston and you are having a, it is going from 1 to 2, then it would have been du. But now the fluid is flowing from the inlet to outlet. It is different from a piston in which you have a fixed mass. There is no flow going from 1 to 2. So this is the heat transfer. This is the work transfer, right? So this is a energy balance. This is the energy balance. So here we are doing the actual heat transfer. So it is, so dq actual minus dw actual is equal to dH while the fluid is flowing from inlet to outlet, dke dp. This we can neglect later on. So, but if it's reversible, right, dq reversible minus dw reversible, then also, because this is a change in state from 1 to 2. So inlet and outlet states are the same. So there will be adjustment of reversible dq and reversible dw, right? So for the actual case, so this minus this will remain the same because the end states are the same for steady flow. Whether it's reversible or irreversible, the individually q actual and q reversible may be different, but this difference between heat and work will remain the same because the end states are the same. If this was within a compressor, then instead of dH, we would have du, right? So here we can write dw reversible minus dw actual. Here also dq reversible minus dq actual. Actual means it can be irreversibility can be there, because the real process. Now we all know from the definition, dq reversible is TdS, that is known to us. So we can write, let me take this call. हेलो हाँ आप ऑफिस पे दे दीजिए. Yes. So here we can write that. So what is the difference between the reversible work and the actual work for this flow process? So this is dq reversible, so it can be written as TdS. So when we divide it, it is change in entropy. And what is this? This is the actual heat transfer. So this heat transfer is taking place to the surface of the either the turbine or the compressor, to the surface. Right. So, and we all know that this ds is dq, the actual dq, and T, if T is the boundary temperature, plus generation, entropy generation, that we already know. This is a change in state, because of change in state. This is the, because of heat transfer through the boundary of the control volume at temperature T. So this is the contribution to the entropy change. And because it's an actual process, it is irreversible. So you have delta S generation. If delta S generation is 0, that means this is reversible. Reversible, and it will be Q reversible. Okay. That means this difference that I have, is nothing but the entropy generation. So we can say, what is entropy generation? It is the difference between the reversible work and the actual work. So if it's a work producing device, then reversible work output is positive. So it's a work producing device. Then what happens is the actual work from a work producing device will be less because of this irreversibility. Right? Because of this irreversibility. So if you have a turbine, which is a work producing device, now you may not appreciate what is a turbine. Slowly I will go deeper into actual equipment. So if it's a turbine is a work producing device, compressor is a work consuming device, because for the compressor you have to supply electric power, turn the motor, and then only it will compress. While if it's a turbine, with a turbine you have a generator and it will generate electricity and light our homes, right, or run a pump. So turbine is a work producing device which when connected to a generator produces electricity, while a compressor or a pump is a work consuming device. So this is the difference. In a work producing device, the W is positive. In a work consuming device, the W is negative, because we have decided that work going out from the system or control volume to the surrounding is positive and work consumed is negative. So in this case, for a work producing device, then the reversible work is more than the actual work. So let us write it down. Producing device so what happens is W reversible, right, is greater than W irreversible, work producing device, right? So for a work consuming device, this work is, this is negative, right? So for a work consuming device, and it makes sense also. When it is a work producing device like a turbine, if you have some irreversibility inside, you will not be able to get as much work, right? So if there's irreversibility, the work that you get out of the turbine will be less. And for a work consuming device, if your pump is having some irreversibility, then in reality you will need more work to run the pump, more electricity to run the pump. So this is very much feasible. And this irreversibility is like a lost work. This can be thought of as lost work. I can think of this as lost work. This is the lost work. Lost work. That means it had some potential to do work and there was some loss, and that is why for this work producing device we are getting less work. So we can think of another concept of the efficiency of a device. So like or a cyclic process. See, previously we were saying thermal efficiency is the uh, input energy that we are giving and the net work that we are getting out of it. That was our concept of thermal efficiency. That means how well we are able to convert the uh, energy that we are getting, right? How we are able to convert that to work for a work producing device. Now we can have another definition that we already know that if you run a Carnot cycle between two temperatures, then the maximum efficiency that you can get. Why not look at this efficiency concept from another point of view? That is called second law efficiency. We will say if there is no lost work, because we know that what is the maximum work that we can get, that is the Carnot cycle maximum work. We can say that are we able to achieve the Carnot cycle work? If then it is 100% efficient, right? If there is no loss, if there is loss, we will say there is a decrease in efficiency. So that is another way of looking at it, right? So that means you, in this definition, you can achieve 100% efficiency. That means you are able to, there is no lost work, right? There is no lost work in that sense that we are able to get the reversible work. Then we will call it 100% efficiency. That is another way of looking at the efficiency. So here we are now introducing the concept of, the lost work, then second law efficiency. That means are we able to achieve the maximum that is achievable, right? Thermodynamically achievable. Right? That is another way of looking at it. And here we also have understood what is meant by entropy generation. Entropy generation is basically the lost work due to irreversibility. That is called entropy generation. These are very useful concepts. So let us now think of the potential to do work. Suppose I get thermal energy Q dot, right? And this is thermodynamically, this will always be lost, right? Q dot T0 minus TH. That is thermodynamically has to be lost because that is from the definition. So this is, so we will say our useful work is Q dot minus this, because you cannot have anything better than a Carnot cycle. So this is the useful work. We will say this is the useful work. So that means if we design our equipment or plant very well, then this useful work we should be able to get out of the cycle or the device. If we cannot get this useful work, that means we have not designed, we are not running it efficiently. The design is as per the thermodynamic principles, but we are not able to run it efficiently. If we are able to get this useful work, then we will say our plant is running very well. It is 100% efficient. So if my plant is 90% efficient, that means I'm not able to get the work that I should have got according to thermodynamic principles. That is the reversible work. So I'm not able to get the reversible work. So this is for a cyclic process. And if we have a piston kind of a process, piston movement, then we can say that if this is the PV, this is the useful work, PdV under this curve. So we are going from some pressure to another pressure. Now the minimum pressure that we can achieve is the atmospheric pressure. Beyond that you cannot go. So this part also can be thought of as not utilized, right? This cannot be utilized. This also cannot be utilized. So this is the useful work, not up from zero, right? Because we cannot, our pressure cannot go below the atmospheric pressure. Right? If we have a piston and if we environment, now the environment concept is coming, environment pressure, environment temperature, because maximum efficiency that we can get, the best work that we can get out of a plant sometimes depends on the environment. So if we are, whether we are running our power plant in Srinagar or we are running our power plant in Rajasthan, right? The ability to get work out of that power plant will be different because the environments are, temperatures are different, right? So we must recognize this for piston type of work, and we must recognize this for a cycle. Right? So these are concepts. So here we will introduce this concept of potential to do work, right? Or ability to do work. Now I have done some derivations here. Let me pictorially do it. Now T0 is, say, suppose the ambient temperature, right? So what we will do is this we will call as our potential to do work. This is also potential that we are losing, and this is the change in potential, right? And then this we will call it as the, the lost work, right? So this is the, so we will analyze like this, but so I have to do this derivation. So let me first do this derivation. And here also the work that we are getting, this is the what is being surrounding, lost to the surrounding, because the P0 is there and the change in control volume, like we have done before, like here, here. So this is, so this, let us go through a little bit of rigorous definition. So here, what is this? This is equal to, this is the ambient temperature. So ambience plays a very important role, right? I do not expect you to appreciate it right now. Let me go through the mathematical derivation. Now that I have given you the preamble, let us go through the mathematical rigorous definition, and then you will appreciate it. So suppose this is a real. Are you able to see it? Are you able to see this, or will I make it bigger? Okay, should I make it bigger? Okay.
Somewhat bigger.
Somewhat bigger. Now, okay. Now probably you'll be able to see it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now you can see this is a real, right? This is a real one. So this is my environment. Now you understand the importance of knowing the ambient pressure and the ambient temperature. And this is the ambient temperature, and there is some kind of a heat transfer from the ambient. Naturally, the temperature at the boundary of the control volume can be different, right? Can be different, and it should be different because otherwise there'll be no heat transfer, right? Now here it is a case where you have some other reservoir, right? This is another control volume. So some reservoir at Tj, right, which is in contact with this. They have the same temperature and you are having heat transfer. This is not from the environment, but some other heat source that you have through which you are exchanging heat. Right? So it's because very general. There can be several such heat sources. So J, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But this is all happening in a reversible manner because this temperature is same as this temperature. And this is the work transfer to the environment. So this is a real system, and this is the entropy generation, and this is the energy coming in. This is the entropy coming in. This is the energy going out. This is the entropy going out. This is a change in energy inside the system, the change in entropy inside the system. This we are all familiar with. But here we have some irreversibility because this is ambient temperature and this temperature normally would be different. And for any cycle to operate, we all know that if it's a work producing device, you must have some sort of heat transfer with the environment, right? So this is the heat transfer from the source. This could be coal, petrol, whatever, some heat source is there. And here you must exchange heat with the surroundings. So this is a real system. Now let us look at, can we make it ideal? Right? If you want to get maximum reversible work out of it, but the change in state is the same, for the same change in state, right? So that whatever happening here, whatever is coming in, they are same. Only we will see what to do here and here so that this becomes reversible. So let us see what changes we can make. So this is idealized, reversible, ideal thermodynamic cycle. So what have we done? What we have, so because we know there's a temperature difference between this and this, so we have put a reversible heat engine, a Carnot cycle, so that this is the heat transfer that you to the engine. So this engine gives us heat here, but this is same, right? Same as before. Right. So this is same as above. So this is also same as above. This is also same as above. Same as above, right? So this is also same as above. Same as above. Okay. So what we have done is this irreversibility we have taken care of, because if you have a reversible heat engine, you can receive heat at a certain temperature, you can give out heat at a certain temperature, which will be same as this. So we have removed the irreversibility here. And so now this is the reversible work that we get. So this plus this, whatever we were from the control volume, whatever we are getting, and this is also reversible, right? So this together we get finally this reversible work out of it. And this is our control volume, right? This is our control volume. So previously we are having irreversibility inside the control volume, especially at the boundary, right? Near the boundary, that we have eliminated. Now let us analyze them. So these are the things that we have added to it. Right? So let us do it. So this is the change of energy inside the control volume. Right. So exergy. So we'll introduce the word exergy. Exergy is the maximum useful work from a system during a thermodynamic process. Now you understand what is maximum useful work from a system. I have explained that to you. So exergy is called the maximum use because this is very important to be able to get maximum work out of a system. Maximum that is possible. So maximum useful work from a system during a thermodynamic process. An irreversible real thermodynamic system that exchanges work and heat with the surrounding at temperature T0 is shown in figure 1. The first and second law of thermodynamics applied to such a system is given below. So this is the heat transfer, work transfer with the surrounding. This is the heat transfer with the surrounding. So then this change inside the control volume is equal to Q dot plus Q dot J, right? This is the total heat transfer. This is at temperature Tj, and this is the environment. And this is the work transfer to the environment, right? So, and this is the in and this is out, right? This is in, this is out. This you are all familiar with. I is in and E is exhaust. Now, what about the change in entropy inside the control volume? That change is equal to entropy coming in, entropy going out, and then because Q dot is at T0, right? This will have the entropy coming in through the T0 from the ambient, because in this case, right, our control volume includes the ambient, right? Includes the ambient. Of course, our whatever material that is there, that temperature is a little bit different than T0, right? So that is why you have entropy generation. Right? And to eliminate that entropy generation, we had to introduce the reversible Carnot cycle near the boundary. So naturally, when you put Q0 dot T0, you also have to include that irreversibility because of heat transfer between the ambient temperature and the boundary of the material. And this is the heat that we are receiving from the fuel or whatever from different some reservoir, right? And actually I can add them all up. I have just given one. I could have also given a summation of all the other J's. So let us just be one. Q dot J by Tj. Okay. Now, what happens to the surrounding? Now, this is coming from some another source. So that is also control volume. Now let us see what is happening to the surrounding. Now, if you look at the surrounding, we are receiving heat from the surrounding, right? So, if we are receiving heat from the surrounding, because that is positive, the surrounding is losing heat. So if you look at the surrounding, then surrounding is losing heat Q dot 0 by T0, right? And the surrounding is also at temperature T0. The boundary of the surrounding is also at temperature T0, right? Because that is outside the control volume is our surrounding, and it will be the opposite of this. So here, whatever is coming in to our control volume is being lost from the surrounding, the entropy. So it also this will be this whole part that you have, right? This will be negative, and this is also, this part is with the environment. So this is also negative. So this is the surrounding, right? So let us look at the work here. So we can write this. We are interested in the work right here. So work will be this. We can write it as our work, right? This we can write it as our work, right? So the work that we write, right? So here, so this part we understand work is equal to, right? Work equal to. So this part we understand, it is this part, right? When this goes here, this part I understand, this part. Now what is this part? This part, where did it come from? Right? This part also we understand, this part. Now what about this part and this part? Right? These two parts. These two parts came from here, right? So, or you can say here. So this part, this right, this part is this part is this, right? So Q0 plus this heat transfer part we have written in terms of entropy, right? That you can see from here, right? You can see from here. So if you multiply by T0, if you multiply by T0, no, what do we do? Did I do a mistake? Just a minute. Qj is there, T0. Qj is here. Just a minute. Qj is here. It is only the Q0 part. Sorry. Okay. So all these parts are here, right? Okay. So this Q0 part, right? Q0 part has been taken care of. 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, right? These are the terms, right? So that this Q0 can be eliminated here. We don't have a Q0. Qj we have. So this part has been written here. So now if we write it, put them all together, then we have these terms. These terms are coming here, right? Right, these terms are coming here. Okay, right. So this we can write. If we do this, uh, so here T0S, T0SE, T0SE, T0SI, and T0S, right? T0S. Right. Where do we have it? Somewhere we have. Okay. So if you do that, then you'll see the W.CV includes, can be written in this form, where along with the H, we have included the T0S. So this now becomes a new, we can call of as a new new variable, right? This is a new variable. I mean, new entity. So this is a new entity. This I will share with you so you can go through it. So where with H we have included T0S, with U also we have included T0S minus. So the equivalent thermodynamic system undergoing same change of state in a reversible manner is shown in figure 2. So this is the general picture where this S gen, right, will become 0 if it is reversible, right? It will become reversible. So you understand that, we have introduce some new entities, right, where H minus T0S and U minus T0S is there. So this is the change in the new entity. This is the new entity coming in. This is a new entity going out. And we have added them through the boundary, right, through the boundary, right? Through boundary, these quantities through boundary, right? These are the quantities through the boundary. So in the second figure 2, we have reversible work, which I have already shown you earlier, and reversible work and heat transfer with the surrounding at temperature T0. So let us do that. So this is the same. So reversible with the surrounding, reversible work with the surrounding, right? You can go through the derivation later on, but you must understand it first. Okay. So we are applying that to a reversible system. When you apply to the reversible system, so what happens is here, right, this is 0. So we don't have this term. So if we compare them, right, so now we have reversible here. This is reversible. And this is also reversible. Right. Let us see previously what did we have? Right, previously what did we have here originally? So we didn't have reversible here. We have replaced it reversible. Here we didn't have reversible. We have replaced with reversible. Here also we didn't have reversible. We have replaced with reversible. And this we have eliminated. So, but this is same, this is same. So now we can do the same derivation where this is 0, this is reversible, and this is reversible. Let us do that. So this is reversible, this is reversible, this is reversible, and we have no entropy generation. So if you go to the same process, right? If you go to the same process, then what we get is this. This becomes our reversible work output, right? Where again we have same thing. Same property coming in, same property going out, right? Same property inside, change inside. Now here, a little bit different. Let us compare with what was happening here, right? So here we have some terms missing, right? There we had some extra terms. Extra terms. Just go back, look at these extra terms. This one is an extra term, right? T0 S dot gen CV. This is extra term. So along with this, we also had this. Now this part is 0, right? So this extra term was entropy generation because entropy 0. That term is 0. Right? We don't have that because it's reversible. So you can see this is a very important thing. Right? So by doing this analysis, right, so we can get the work W reversible. So what is the difference between W reversible and WCV, the real system? It is this, right? S dot generation CV. This is the term. So this is the term that is causing the irreversibility. This is the irreverse or lost work. Irreversibility. I dot. Difference between them, that is the lost work or lost work. Right? For a work producing device or a work consuming device, that lost work. So what is this S dot gen CV? Now what is this quantity equal to? So here I'm saying that that is a summation of the change in entropy of the control volume, change in entropy of the surrounding, and this is the uh, change in entropy of the those sources, heat source. Right? This is for the heat source. Heat source or sink. Right? Now let us just explain that part and then I will. So this is my now we have to understand what is meant by. Now this is my surrounding. Right? This is my surrounding. And this is the S.CV. So if I add this up, right, if I add this up, what do I get? So S.CV plus S dot. If I add this up, what do I get? So this one will cancel because this is same as this. Right? Here there's a minus sign. This one will also cancel. Right? It's going to cancel. What will remain is these two. So this is equal to CV. So our aim is to get this. S dot gen CV. So it is equal to the change in entropy of the control volume, change in entropy of the surrounding minus this due to heat transfer, the entropy change. Because between one source and sink and the control volume, you are having some heat transfer. So this is what we have done. S dot gen CV. So S dot CV, S dot that surrounding, and this is the heat transfer with the source and source or sink. Right? What is that source and sink? This is our source or sink. This is our or sink. Right? So now we have fully understood how to have this irreversibility. Right? So that is also equal to the reversible heat transfer and the reversible, irreversible heat transfer. Because the change in state is the same. So difference between these two, basically difference between, difference between this and this, basically W minus Q0 equal to or actual. Actual, right? They are same because the change in state is the same. So we can write it like this. Now we will, so today, and let us stop here and we will continue with it. This is what I wanted to go very slowly because this is conceptually quite challenging. So let us end it here. So let us end it here.